I've been waiting for you.
Hey guys, it's Ruby back again with another Vegas update video. This is going to be my update for October. You guys keep asking me to make these and you keep watching them, so I'm going to keep making them for you. In this one, we have a ton of news coming your way. Lots of restaurant openings. A popular hotel has changed hands. There's some changes to M Life rewards and a ton more information for you guys. I also want to make sure that I go over some of the restrictions. I do have a lot of new subscribers here on the channel, and you guys maybe haven't seen some of my older update videos, so I wanted to go over what it's like in Vegas and what the changes are and what you need to know. Speaking of new subscribers, hi, my name's Ruby. I do Vegas content. If you're planning a trip or you love Las Vegas and you'd like to hit subscribe, my goal is 75,000 subs. I am inching towards it. I'm getting pretty close. I would love to have 75,000. And I'd love to have you here as one of my subscribers. We are gonna be in Vegas a ton in October. I'm gonna be announcing some dates and more information about that later on in this video. Okay, so let's get started with some big stuff happening in October. EDC is happening the weekend of the 22nd through the 24th. Now, that is big if you are planning an upcoming trip over those weekends. You're gonna see huge spikes in prices. Even Fremont hotels are like outrageously priced right now. Be aware of that. If you're maybe planning a last minute trip, know that that weekend's really bad on prices. So just be aware. I will be here this weekend, so I will let you guys know how nuts the strip is at that time. Some other residencies to let you guys know about. Excess Nightclub is gonna have Diplo, Justin Bieber, Dylan Francis, and the Chainsmokers. At Dre's, you can see Ludacris and Wiz Khalifa. Tyga is both at Jewel and at Hakkasan. And then Zouk, the newest nightclub at Resorts World, has Tiesto, Jack Harlow, G-Eazy, and DJ Snake. So if you're coming and you're looking for some headliners, those would be the places to go. Other new things happening in October. The Cosmo had a buyout. I got DM'd this by like multiple people. A lot of you guys DM me like, hey, did you see this? If you don't follow me on Instagram, you can go follow me there. You can DM me. Yes, I did see. They have been bought out by MGM and they have bought out their day-to-day business operations. So a lot of you guys are wondering, what does that mean? Basically, nothing in my experience. For the most part, these casinos switch hands a lot, and most of the time it doesn't really mean anything changes. Obviously, if anything does, I'm gonna be letting you guys know. But as far as like having their own players cards, I think that's probably still gonna stay the same. I don't know that their comps are gonna change or anything. I'll keep you updated, but for the most part, when these casinos like buy from each other, it just seems like not a whole lot changes in the day-to-day that a normal visitor would notice. Speaking of M Life changes, they have been changing their reward system. What M Life is saying is that their system is going to be adjusting how they calculate points. Points are gonna be based on time of play, average bet amounts, and game type. They have said that this is not going to affect your current point balance. My question, I guess, is I don't know what the original reward system was if it wasn't already tracking that, because I kind of figured that's what they were already tracking. Let me know in the comments if you know more about the M Life system. I do know that I get the best comps from M Life rewards and that you don't have to be a high roller to get rewards with M Life, so I'm hoping that's not changing, because compared to like Caesars, you get rewards a lot faster with M Life, I've noticed. So I'm really curious to see how this will affect things. Like, will I be able to retain my gold membership as easily? I'll be here to let you guys know. An update on the Palms. So we all know that the Palms was bought out, and it was bought out by San Manuel Group. They are giving us a possible reopening as early as January 2022. I would love to go and stay there once they do. So theoretically, early next year, we will see how that goes. A note for those of you who are potentially staying at Bally's soon. I know if you saw my Bally's review that I was really disappointed because there was like nothing open, but it's gotten worse. A lot of the Grand Bazaar shops are closing. I know that like Chicken Place that everybody loves closed, and even more of those little shops are all closing. So Bally's is like a wasteland right now. I would say if you're going to be planning to stay there and you're working through Caesars, maybe consider switching to a different property because, I mean, I didn't really enjoy my stay there, but I know a big reason of that was because like nothing was open. So just be aware. I would not be surprised if that is bought out soon or even demolished. We will have to see how it goes. I will keep you guys all up to date. An immersive Van Gogh exhibit is going to be open now until November 28th at the Kestrel shops. If you guys haven't ever seen these, it's where they basically take Van Gogh's art and they make it like three-dimensional all around you and you're like surrounded by the art. I've seen this in other cities. It's incredibly cool. Tickets start at about $35. It is going to be a pretty popular thing because it's not running for very long. But I would absolutely go if you're a Van Gogh fan. Go if you're a Van Gogh fan. I would go check this out. It's a cool thing to do if you're not gambling or drinking. I just think it would be a lot of fun. So that is there as well. Let's talk about some restaurant openings. So Super Frico did open at the Cosmo. I will be there soon. I will let you guys know how it is. It's supposed to be like dinner and entertainment. Same people that did Absinthe. Really excited to see how that is. Mulberry Street Pizza opened at Resorts World. I think this was much needed. You know, Resorts World is very heavily like Asian based. They had a lot of Asian foods. So it's good to see that they're just bringing in a standard pizza place and the prices are standard $5 to $7 a slice. I think every casino needs to have some sort of $5 pizza slice option available. People really like that. I really like it. So Mulberry Street will be open. Other restaurants are slated to open very soon, like Carver's Steak there as well, and a taco restaurant. So more dining options at Resorts World, and they already have quite a few. Kestrel is going to be opening inside of Area 15 early 2022. This is described as a cyberpunk dim sum bar, which sounds wild. If you've never been to Area 15, I did go in my birthday vlog, if you guys didn't see that one, and we had a drink at Oddwood, which was like a beautiful tree thing in the middle. This place is really cool, and a cyberpunk dim sum bar sounds like that's exactly where that should be going. So, and another Nobu restaurant is going to be slated to come to Paris. Now, Nobu is inside of Caesars. It kind of sounds like Paris is going to become a mini Caesars with them having Vanderpump opening there and now Nobu. And those are both really strong things in Caesars, so I feel like it'll be like Caesars with a smaller footprint and a Paris decor. I'm not mad about it. Very excited to see how that all is. Once all of these changes have been made, I definitely want to go back and stay at Paris again and see how different it is with these new things. A note on pool season. Pool season is ending. I'm getting this question a lot on Instagram. In the daytime in October, it can be as high as the 80s or high 80s even. Now, keep in mind, there's no humidity in Vegas, so 80 feels a lot more comfortable than it does in a place with high humidity. Evenings can get as low as 50 degrees, and it can be very chilly in the morning. So if you are coming for October to early November, you're gonna have to kind of dress in layers and note the changes that are gonna be happening. So if you are coming to Vegas in October to early November, just note that during the day it can be like a nice, like lightly warm summer day in the middle of the afternoon, like potential swimming weather, and then in the evenings it's cold. On the note of swimming, some pools are open year-round, but just know the water's freezing. A lot of the pools in Vegas are not heated. I can tell you right now, like the Flamingo pool, the Caesars pool, you're gonna freeze. So I wouldn't plan on a ton of swimming if you're coming October, November. I know some of you guys are like, oh, well, I live in a cold place and it won't bother me. So do I, and I think it's too cold to swim. Okay, now we're on to the point where I'm just gonna kind of go over some of the restrictions and things in place for those of you who are new and don't know what the deal is before announcing my upcoming trip for you guys. I'm very excited. So, currently, the restrictions are as such. Masks are required inside when not actively eating, drinking, or smoking. They are enforcing it, but I will say it's not nearly at the militant level that it was when I first started coming. They're not like chasing you down, but it is being enforced. If you are not sitting down to eat, if you are not like smoking or drinking at a slot machine, they expect you to have it on. You do not have to wear them outside at all in any area outside. Restaurant reservations are not required, but I highly recommend them because right now many places are short-staffed, and short-staffed means less people to wait on tables. So it can be hard to get into these restaurants. So I always say, if there's a place you want to eat, make your reservations early. Delilah, Mayfair Supper Club. These places are getting sold out so fast. So make your restaurant reservations ahead. I do them as early as like 3 weeks out if you have the forethought to do so. Ubers and Lyfts are basically back to normal. You can get Uber, you can get Lyft. They surge based on how many people are asking for them. They can get expensive. Know when it is wise to maybe try to risk a cab depending on how busy the traffic is. But for the most part, I tend to find Lyft being cheaper than Ubers just as a general rule. So I would kind of try Lyft first. Table games. A lot of you guys have asked me if they have the partition things up. Some do and some don't. And I don't know if that's dealer comfort or if that's so that people have options. But some of the table games will have plastic dividers and some won't. So you should be able to pick. As far as I noticed, for like an average of table games, it's usually around 15 bucks. Anytime I remember to go up to a table and look at what the minimum is, it's usually around 15. So you might find a little cheaper, you might find more expensive depending on the property, but for the most part, around 15 bucks. Shows are back up and running. The Cirque shows that are not up and running are the ones that close permanently, like the one at New York, which will be being replaced. But you should still be able to see most of your favorite Cirque shows. Magicians are back up and running. You can go and see shows back in Vegas. Those are all back up and ready to rock. Buffets are up and running. I am not gonna list them all right now because there's a lot that are up and running, but there are some we're still waiting on. I know the Flamingo is very popular and people are still waiting to see about that one, as well as the Paris Buffet, and I don't have any news on those yet. But those are the only big two that I've kind of been waiting to hear on. A lot of the other ones are up. The only difference is you do have to wear your mask when you go up to get your food, but it is self-serve. You can go serve yourself. Buffets are basically normal. And crowds, I will let you guys know how the crowds are here in October, but for the most part, I would say that it's starting to get into the slower season. October's a little better. September's a very, very slow month, but we should see a little bit more in October, and then things get slower for the winter time. I will let you guys know in person because my next upcoming trip is in October. I will be arriving on the 19th. I'm gonna be there for a long trip. We plan to go live a lot. We're gonna be posting a ton of new content, and all of October, we're gonna be doing a ton of slot play. I know for some of you guys, the slot play is your absolute favorite. Some of you guys it's not, don't worry. We are gonna be posting our other content. Right now we're finishing up our Disney series. If you guys haven't checked that out, go check those out. But tons of Vegas content will be coming your way. Starting October 19th, I will be in Vegas. If you're gonna be there, maybe I'll run into you, say hello when we go live. So that is my update for you guys. Leave comments down below. If there's something I missed that you have a question on, I will try my best to answer as many of them as I possibly can. And let me know when your next Vegas trip is, if you're gonna be there when I'm gonna be there. I hope to see you guys all in my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching.